What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel tonight. WWE Payback 2017 coming to you from the SAP Arena in San Jose, California, April 30th, 2017. And oh my God! Somebody's getting a fucking pink slip tomorrow, man. I know if I'm in charge of WWE, if I'm in charge of WWE, when I wake up tomorrow morning, there will be people looking for new jobs. Now, I don't want you guys to misinterpret that from what we've seen as a whole with this pay-per-view. But there were some things that happened tonight that I will never on this earth be able to explain to you why we seen it and why it happened. Now, going into this pay-per-view, Payback was built very, very poorly. And in typical WWE fashion, the pay-per-views that are built poorly usually are the ones that we don't go into expecting anything from. But in turn, those pay-per-views usually end up being very, very good when the show is over. Case proven here tonight, Payback's build was bullshit, but the actual show was honestly very, very good, outside of a few things that really get underneath my skin. It brings out the micromanaging part of me. It brings out the fucking side that I know you guys love, but it's not a side I want to present to you every single time I come on camera. But I have to. I have to. Now, the pay-per-view itself, I will say this about Payback. It definitely over-exceeded expectations, but that was going to happen anyway with the build that we seen. Everybody on this show, and I mean everybody that took place or that took a part in this show, worked their fucking asses off, man. I'm watching this and I'm like, wow, this is physical. Everybody's really bringing their A game tonight. Everybody, it looked like to me, everybody, the way the matches the way the matches were placed and the way the matches were ordered, it looked like, you know, you would have one match and then the next match would happen and that match tried to pretty much outdo what was before it. Everybody worked their asses off tonight. Everybody worked their asses off tonight, and that's something that I noticed almost immediately. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I'm very proud of everybody for really putting forth extra effort when there was nothing for us to be excited with during the build of this show. So that's one of the things that I noticed. Number two, I want to shout out Steven Larson for being fourth or fifth row there. They're easily seen right on the hard camera side. Easily seen them. So good on them for getting good tickets. Love those guys. The crowd in San Jose was fucking awesome. You guys really brought the energy. You guys didn't really die during any part of the show except for the House of Horrors match, which I will talk about in length. Don't worry, clowns. I will talk about it because there's a lot of shit that I want to go over, and I'm sure you guys noticed what's in my notes here because for this pay-per-view, I took notes. I honestly did. Crowd in San Jose was awesome. You guys brought the energy. It was a very lively crowd, and you guys did good. I really didn't expect San Jose to bring that type of energy, but you guys definitely brought it tonight for Payback. And that's pretty much all I can say about the positives for this show. It was very energetic from a crowd standpoint. Everybody from the talent side that competed in that ring tonight, they really brought their A game, and they really stepped up. It looked like people were on some serious bullshit tonight. They really brought their games, and they made it feel, you know, going into this was like a Sunday Night Raw. They made it feel like an edition of Monday Night Raw that was supposed to get every single Monday. So I'm glad that people really stepped up their game tonight, and the energy was there, not only from the crowd, but from the performer standpoint as well. That much I will give Payback, okay? But as far as the logic holds here, as far as things that I clearly do not agree with, okay? Samoa Joe losing by pinfall is one of the most dumbest fucking things I have ever seen by WWE. If they're not setting up Seth Rollins for a Universal Championship run at Brock Lesnar, there's no reason for Samoa Joe to lose clean in the middle of the ring at all. I understand that Rollins is the one with the momentum. I understand that Rollins beat Triple H. He overcome the Authority. But that doesn't mean that you have to have Samoa Joe so early in his WWE run on Raw lose clean. There wasn't even a fucking post-match attack on Seth Rollins so that Samoa Joe could get his heat back. No, it was by some bullshit pin, right, where Rollins reversed something and had Samoa Joe's shoulders pinned to the mat, and that was it. Gets his ass kicked the entire match. They made a big focus point on Rollins' knee, and he still comes out with a win over Samoa Joe. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that whatsoever. Now, I pitched the idea that Samoa Joe should win, but I also understand that WWE wants Seth Rollins to look good as well. They could have easily went with something like they did with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13 in that infamous submission match where Samoa Joe has the coquina clutch on Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins doesn't tap. He just fades away and passes out. In turn, it makes Seth Rollins look like a fucking badass for not giving up to the coquina clutch where a normal man would give up, and it would give Samoa Joe a win, and Seth Rollins wouldn't tap out. He wouldn't tap out. He would have passed out, unconscious, not knowing what was going on, too stupid to give up when he was actually conscious in the coquina clutch. That's what my pitched idea was. You make Joe look strong, he gets a win, and Rollins looks like a badass for not tapping out to the Samoan submission machine, the Destroyer, Samoa Joe. I don't understand that logic there, how now Joe has a loss on his record. And here I am, the fucking idiot, lobbying for a Brock Lesnar Samoa Joe match for the WWE Universal Championship. How is Samoa Joe a destroyer now if he hasn't destroyed Seth Rollins? Are we going to get another match at Extreme Rules where Samoa Joe wins by some fucking technicality because there's no DQ or there's a weapon involved or there's an interference involved in a no DQ match? You mean to tell me Joe can't beat Rollins on his own? Clean? I don't get that. So that really fucking irked the shit out of me. That really did. If this is not setting Seth Rollins up for a shot at Brock Lesnar, I don't see the reason why Samoa Joe had to lose tonight. I really don't. But that wasn't even the biggest fucking gripe I had with this pay-per-view. Like I said in the beginning, if I am in charge of WWE, my creative team for Raw is single-handedly, the axe is coming down on all of them. Every fucking one of them would be fired. Okay? I made a comment that when the House of Horrors match started, I enjoyed what I seen in the first 5 to 10 minutes. Then my brain cells started to kick in, and my suspension of belief, kind of faded away. I tried to immerse myself in the match that we seen inside this abandoned house, right? I had the lights off, I had nothing but my kitchen light on, I was here with my notebook. I tried to put my pen down, and I tried to immerse myself in what we were seeing with this House of Horrors. I was very curious to see what WWE was going to do as far as making me not feel like a fucking retarded wrestling fan. Give me something that is actually, creative, and give me something that's going to make Bray Wyatt look good, and this whole storyline bring some closure to this storyline. Did WWE do any of that? Of course not. Just like everything that they do, it's rush, 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 rush. We announce something, we have no plan for it, and then when the day comes, they're fucking piecing together fucking random bullshit that makes no sense whatsoever. Okay? Number one, The house that was used in the House of Horrors match tonight was listed on some fucking apartment website. I seen this via Twitter, going for $36,000, and it was actually in Richmond, Missouri. Okay? I want that to sit on your head right now. $36,000, and the house was located in Richmond, Missouri. I don't know if that's true or not. It damn well looked like the fucking house in the picture that I seen it. If it doesn't end up being true and this was some fucking makeshift thing that WWE put together in the fucking backlot of San Jose, so be it. But what I seen on Twitter looked like the damn fucking house that we seen in the House of Horrors match tonight. Richmond, Missouri. Okay? Number two, by the time this match took place, it was 9:44 Eastern Time. I don't know math all that well, but I know that on the West Coast, it's 3 hours behind, so that would have made it 6:44. Why am I watching a House of Horrors match in the dark, in the fucking blackest of night, when San Jose has daylight out still for another 2.5 hours? Can someone please tell me that WWE didn't think about that before they filmed whatever the fuck they filmed inside that haunted house? You mean to tell me that didn't cross their minds? Are you fucking kidding me? Strike one. Strike number one. Okay? So after Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton battle throughout the fucking house, they're in the living room, they're fucking breaking tables and wrestling on the couch. Randy Orton gets thrown into a wall, he gets thrown into a fucking living room lamp, right? And all throughout the house, there's different rooms. I swear to God, it reminded me of the Baker family chasing me around in Resident Evil 7. Now, I don't know if WWE got inspiration from the Baker family in Resident Evil 7, because it damn well looked like I was playing Resident Evil 7. He was going through the fucking kitchen, he was going into these rooms. It looked like the fucking Baker's house in Resident Evil 7. I don't know if you guys got that vibe, but it certainly looked like that to me. So Bray Wyatt is, hiding. After every attack, he hides. And it's similar to what Resident Evil 7 did, right? You know, you get mixed in with fucking trouble, and then they go hide, and then all of a sudden you're roaming through the fucking house, and out comes the fucking, the father with a goddamn fucking chainsaw. He's in the fucking, the garage, waiting to fucking slice your head off. Give me a fucking break, dude. Now, I understand that they wanted to make it, evil and sadistic. Randy Orton walks into rooms with fucking disfigured dolls hanging from the ceiling, which had to be Sister Abigail's room. You know, Bray Wyatt finds him in there. They start brawling in that room. Randy Orton goes right through the fucking wall. Bray Wyatt starts throwing carriages at him, right? Then all of a sudden they make their way into the dining room area where Randy Orton had a little bit of a rest period. He's seen another room that was illuminated in red. It looked like it had some satanic figurine made out of sticks that had goat horns on it. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Then Randy Orton all of a sudden walks into the kitchen where most of the action took place. Some of the most brutal action in this pre-tape segment of the match. You know, they start brawling in the kitchen. Randy Orton's got Bray Wyatt on the ground. He's punching him with rapid-fire rights. You know, Bray Wyatt ran after him with a fucking, one of them pizza rollers. You know, I don't know if he got inspiration from Titus Catering or not, but apparently Bray Wyatt wanted to make pizza, and Randy Orton, said, "Listen, I asked for pepperoni, not anchovies, you fucking asshole." So I don't know what the fuck was going on. Pots and pans flying all over the place. Bray Wyatt goes into the fucking sink. Randy Orton starts throwing Bray Wyatt's head into the fucking sink. All of a sudden, next thing you know it, Bray Wyatt's getting up. Randy Orton's exhausted on the floor. Bray Wyatt takes the fucking refrigerator that has the writing. There was something written on. I think it said "We're here." Something that Bray Wyatt usually says in his intro. He dumps the refrigerator, pushes the refrigerator on top of Randy Orton, and that was it. Bray Wyatt crawls out of the house. He struggles out of the house. He finally makes his way to the outside. He gets on his hands and knees, right? And he does his follow the buzzards thing. The entire house illuminates in blood red. Bray Wyatt gets into the fucking limousine. And yes, there was a limousine that drove Randy Orton there. I bypassed that. I'll get back to that in a second. Bray Wyatt gets into the fucking limousine. We don't know who the fucking driver is at all. And he says, take me to the arena. From Richmond, Missouri, take me to the arena. Unless that thing is fucking wired like the DeLorean. I don't know how the fuck you got from Richmond, Virginia to San Jose, California in 20 minutes, bro. Again, someone in WWE, if I'm in charge, is getting fucking fired for this shit. Seriously. Who the fuck was the driver? Nobody knew who the driver was. Randy Orton was delivered in a limo, right? He was delivered to the area in a limo. He gets out of the fucking limo. Somebody opens the door for him. Nobody's there. As if some fucking ghastly ghoul opened the door. He's looking out the door. Nobody's there. He gets out. A tractor is fucking riding itself with nobody on it right in front of the house. This thing was literally shot like the final deletion, but it was a WWE spin on it with all the fucking Wyatt family nuances and shit. But, again, Richmond, Missouri? Are you fucking kidding me? Take me to the arena. Okay, so it's pitch black, but then you go into the arena, right? And it's still light out. It's still daytime, right? And then from Richmond, Missouri, all the way to San Jose, California. I mean, did you wish yourself back to the arena? Did you close your eyes and say, I wish I was in San Jose, California. I wish I was in the ring. I wish I was in front of people that I didn't give a shit about, and nor do they give a shit about this match. Are you fucking serious? How the fuck am I supposed to believe they went from Richmond, Missouri in the fucking pitch black of night all the way to San Jose, California? Absolutely asinine ridiculousness, right? So they drive from Richmond to San Jose, California in 20 minutes. Don't know how they got there. Don't know who drove them. Bray Wyatt gets to the arena in the limo, okay? This is a pre-tape segment, by the way. Bray Wyatt emerges from the limousine, bloodied, and his fucking wife beater. You know, he had a wife beater on as if he was fucking relaxing at home watching Netflix. All dirtied, right? And by the way, Bray Wyatt, when we started this thing, had I swear to God, man, he must have had a sponsorship from Clorox, man. I've never seen a brighter white fucking wife beater on anybody in my entire life. You mean to tell me Bray Wyatt's now doing laundry in the House of Horrors? I didn't see no fucking laundry facility in there. What the fuck is he washing it with? Anyway, those are these little nuances that I see. Who drove the limo? Who drove him back to San Jose, California? Right? Nobody knows. So he gets into the arena. He stumbles down the fucking, the hallway into gorilla position. He comes out. After we have this match take place in an abandoned house, he comes out with a lantern to his theme music and he does the full entrance. Why are we getting a full entrance after you just went 12 minutes beating the shit out of Randy Orton from fucking room to room in this House of Horrors match? Now you have to get an introduction? Now you have to get your music played? You have to come out with the lantern? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't understand that. So he gets into the ring, he's got the lantern, he shuts the lantern off, the lights come back on, Randy Orton standing in the ring. They didn't even fucking explain to you how Randy Orton got to the ring. Did he call Uber? Did he call Uber X? What the fuck happened? How did he get to the arena? Did he fucking wish upon a magic star to get to San Jose, California? I don't understand. Nobody filled me in. I'm standing there looking at this and I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I have ever fucking seen in my entire life. You started the match in the House of Horrors and it ended up in the ring amongst all these logic gaps and nobody's saying anything, right? The WWE's not saying anything. They're just letting it go. Embarrassment piling on top of embarrassment here. So then they have a legit match, right? You know, they battle on the outside, this and that. You know, they battle by the announce desk. You know, an RKO tease, a Sister Abigail tease, this and that. All of a sudden, we get the Singh brothers coming out. Got the Bollywood boys coming out of nowhere. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a Raw exclusive pay-per-view, correct? So what the fuck is the Bollywood boys doing on Monday Night Raw on our Raw branded pay-per-view? So then all of a sudden, we get Jinder Mahal emerges with the WWE Championship. He nails Randy Orton with the WWE Championship. Bray Wyatt pins Randy Orton, 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt wins the House of Horrors with help from Jinder Mahal. I want you to sit on that for a second. Jinder Mahal, the same Jinder Mahal that was losing 7 months straight, and now has been skyrocketed to the WWE Championship picture after 2 weeks. That guy is helping Bray Wyatt win a fucking match, in a match that Bray Wyatt should have won on his own. Can't give Bray Wyatt a clean-cut victory with no help involved, right? Yeah, he got the win. Yeah, pigs fucking fly, right? Bray Wyatt gets a fucking win. But do you realize how he got a win? Jinder fucking Mahal helps him beat Randy Orton. Someone who's been losing for 7 months straight. Someone who's been nothing more than a fucking enhancement talent to put over guys like Bray Wyatt. He's helping Bray Wyatt win this House of Horrors match. Absolutely some of the most illogical bullshit from WWE I have ever fucking seen. And you know what? Praise be the Lord that this fucking feud is over, because Bray Wyatt probably went to the back after this and just seeps embarrassment. I'm embarrassed to watch this as a wrestling fan. That was fucking awful. They started off with my peak interest. This is interesting. I like this. All of a sudden, illogical embarrassment on top of embarrassment here. No, I'm complaining though, right? Oh, JT, you can't accept the fact that it was something different, man. I don't mind something different, but when you try and make me look like a fucking retard, then I will speak up. Richmond, Missouri. Just remember that. If there's one thing you take from this review, there was a listing for this house in Richmond, Missouri. What's the distance from Richmond, Missouri by car to San Jose, California? In WWE's mind, in 20 minutes. In my mind, this was the biggest embarrassment that I think Bray Wyatt has ever been a part of. Absolutely fucking awful. Hey, he got to win though, right? He got to win. He got to win on pay-per-view. There you go. Right? Fucking assholes. Anyway, moving on to the other thing I want to mention. The other two things I want to mention. There's a few things else I want to mention. That could be the fucking review right there. Number one, my preview and predictions video clearly was all wrong. WWE went in the complete opposite direction. My Wrestle Rumble fucking predictions that I played tonight, completely garbage. They went with everything that we thought should have happened and really should have happened, and they went with the opposite. Okay? I gotta give praise to Alexa Bliss tonight. I really do. I know that she is very high up on WWE's list of important superstars to push, especially in the women's division. I am liking Alexa Bliss on Raw for the last 3 weeks more than I ever did on SmackDown Live. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Alexa really stepping up her game because she knows she's on Raw, but she has never looked better than she did tonight. Alexa Bliss was a part of the best match that I think she's ever been a part of tonight. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. There was a few missteps here and there. There was a few, blown spots. Just simple, basic miscommunication. But Alexa Bliss has never looked better than she did tonight on Payback. She beats Bayley. She is, surprisingly to me, because you know how fucking far up Charlotte's ass is WWE. They're ready and willing to give Charlotte the fucking world before she even fucking breathes. So I am shocked that WWE has made Alexa Bliss, with this meaningless stat, the first woman to hold the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships post-brand split. I automatically thought that accomplishment was going to go to Charlotte. But it looks like they got other things planned for Charlotte right now. Alexa Bliss is the first woman to hold both the Raw and SmackDown Live Women's Championships post-brand split. I am very and genuinely shocked by that. Bayley brought it tonight. Alexa Bliss, this was Bayley's best match too. This was Bayley's best match since she's been on the main roster. And I don't give a fuck what she did with Charlotte on that one episode of Monday Night Raw. I don't care where she won the title. I don't care. Okay? This was Bayley's best main roster match to date. Same thing with Alexa Bliss. I thought it was a great fucking match. I was waiting for this match to actually swing in Bayley's favor and have her win in her hometown. But you know what WWE likes to do when someone is a champion or in their hometown in general. They like to fucking shove it right in their face and hand them a loss in front of family and friends and their hometown crowd. Because that's the way WWE operates, this bullshit company. So Alexa Bliss wins. And it was really an ending that really took me by surprise, man. There was a spot in this match where Bliss went for a sunset flip powerbomb. Bayley sat on it. Bliss powered out and shoved Bayley headfirst into the post. This is something that looked good, but to me, when it happened, it didn't make any sense. It's like Bayley almost intentionally tried to dodge the turnbuckle. Now, I don't know why she tried to do that at the end of the match. I would have much rather hit the fucking turnbuckle head first than the goddamn steel post. It's like she avoided it altogether. I don't understand that. But it looked good. I just didn't understand why it happened. So she went head first into the post, or shoulder first into the post. Bayley surprised Bliss again with a small package near 4. Bliss countered immediately with a DDT, and that ended up being a victory. 1, 2, 3, Alexa Bliss wins with a DDT. Somewhere Jake the Snake Roberts is fucking praising the high heavens, because a DDT is fucking nothing but a fucking regular move nowadays. When Jake the Snake used to do it, used to finish off everybody easily. So somewhere Jake the Snake is fucking proud. And Alexa Bliss, man, she wins by herself. No cheating. No cheating. You know how perfect she is as a cheating bitch heel. She wins on her own with that slight technicality, which really wasn't illegal anyway. It just happened. And she looks strong coming out of this. She said that the fairy tale would end here. And what she said on Monday Night Raw actually lived up to what she said. The fairy tale is over. The glass slipper doesn't fit. I'm going to break that motherfucker in half or shatter it. And that's exactly what she did tonight. And Bayley sat in the ring just completely shocked in front of her hometown. Alexa Bliss captures the Raw Women's Championship, the first woman to hold both Raw and SmackDown titles at different times post-brand split. Gotta give it to Alexa Bliss. It's the best match Bayley had on the main roster. It's the best match definitely for Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss has never looked better. And I'm enjoying Alexa more in 3 weeks on Raw. Even though this match didn't make any sense. It was just a technicality that she won a Fatal 4-Way to get this match. I knew the match was going to be good. It actually overseeded, it went past my expectations, overdid my expectations, and they really had probably the second best match of the night, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought it was a great match. Congratulations to Alexa Bliss. She wins the Raw Women's Championship, and I don't know where they go from here, man. Maybe. I was hoping to see Sasha Banks at some point tonight turn heel on Bayley and do that in front of her hometown crowd, right in front of her family, her father, her friends. I would have loved that. I would have loved that. But they didn't do it. I don't know when we're going to get it or if we're even going to get it. I don't know. But Bayley drops the title to an unlikely Alexa Bliss. I did not think they were going to go with Alexa Bliss this fast. I honestly did not. But she ends up winning. She is the new Raw Women's Champion. The other match, probably my favorite match of the night, goes to Matt and Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Now, this was absolutely the most brutal match of the night. It was aggressive. It was hard-hitting. All four of these guys deserve a fucking handshake and a raise after this match. Jeff Hardy lost a goddamn fucking tooth. Matt Hardy was busted open. Everybody in this match earned their paycheck tonight. No question. The main thing going into this has nothing to do with the actual match itself. Everybody's wondering when Matt is going to turn broken. Everybody's wondering when WWE is going to unleash the broken brilliance on Monday Night Raw. We may be on our way there after tonight and after this tag team championship match. We may. We don't know for sure. But if I am a betting man, I would actually place a bet on having that be facilitated rather quickly after tonight. I think it's going to happen. Now, the story going into this match was both teams showing respect to one another. And they did that again tonight throughout most of this match. And even when the Hardys won and retained the tag team championship. Sheamus nailed Jeff with I believe it was a fucking a shin to the face or a knee lift, something. And Jeff lost a fucking tooth. And that was quite visible because he pointed to it. He made reference a couple of times tonight. Matt was going in and out of, fucking dimensions with his Mattitude shit and his delete. Crowd was fucking all over this shit. Delete chants all night. Obsolete. Brother Nero chants. San Jose brought it. Matt was even smiling every time they did fucking delete. He did this whole fucking wonderful thing. Matt's dipping in and out of it more so than on any other night. It was a little bit more pronounced tonight during this tag team title match at Payback. So after the Cesaro swing, Cesaro then applied the sharpshooter on Matt Hardy. I thought at this point, like I said, it was over. Matt reached the bottom rope. We got to the bottom rope. Jeff tried to help him out. And Sheamus barreled into Jeff. He went right into the fucking barricade. So Matt's caught with Cesaro and Sheamus now. So they are double teaming Matt. Matt is fighting off these guys 2-on-1. He gave Matt a top rope white noise, or second rope rather. Sorry, let me correct myself. It was a second rope white noise. I thought that was it. I thought we had new champions right then and there. 2 count near fall on Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy broke up that pinfall. So Jeff dove on top of that. Cesaro caught him. Things are breaking down here. Jeff broke free, shoved Cesaro into the crowd. Matt went for a twist of fate in the ring. Sheamus blocked it and DDT'd Matt for a 2 count. Jeff tagged himself in then. He left Cesaro in the crowd. He went back into the ring. He made a blind tag on Matt. Sheamus gave Matt a power slam. He didn't realize there was a blind tag made. Jeff was the legal man. So he broke up the 2 count, or the pinfall, which really didn't matter anyway, because Matt wasn't the legal man. Jeff hit a swanton onto Sheamus, broke up the pinfall attempt. Jeff made the cover and scored a 3 count, with the Hardys winning and retaining the Raw Tag Team Championships. This match was all over the fucking place. Hard hitting, all over the place. So post-match, we get what we seen on Raw. Both teams shaking hands. The Hardys celebrating. They are still the tag team champions. Sheamus and Cesaro leave the ringside area. Matt and Jeff are on the turnbuckles, just showing off the titles. Out of nowhere, Sheamus and Cesaro then sneak attack both Matt and Jeff from behind, and they brutally, and I mean brutally, beat the shit out of them. Booker T went full heel, saying, "This is what this is about. This is all business. I was a part of one of the biggest tag teams of all time. This is how you get business done." Pretty much promoting the aggression and the attitude shown by Sheamus and Cesaro. So they literally destroyed or broke the Hardys. Sheamus delivered a fucking bro kick that left Matt unconscious. Cesaro took care of Jeff by repeatedly shoving him into the turnbuckle, into the ring post on the outside. It looks like we got new heels. We got Sheamus and Cesaro as the newest heel tag team on Monday Night Raw, with the Revival being gone now, for 2 months, and what looks like a split, or the beginning phases of Broken Matt, shifting away from Brother Jeff or Brother Nero. WWE needed another heel tag team. So now we got Sheamus and Cesaro and Gallows and Anderson on Raw with the heels for the tag team division. And you got Enzo and Cass and Golden Truth That's pretty much it. The Hardys split, and the Revival is out for 2 months. You only got 4 tag teams right now. I don't know what WWE is going to do as far as the tag team division goes if they want to facilitate this broken gimmick with Matt Hardy and move Jeff into a singles role on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it looks like we could be seeing the beginning stages of Sheamus and Cesaro being the ones to break the Hardy Boys. I don't know what is going to happen. Maybe they lose the titles to Sheamus and Cesaro, and that really is the nail in the coffin for them to be broke. But on the pre-show, we had Golden Truth announced that they want the winners of this match, and it looks like we're getting Golden Truth versus the Hardys tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. But Jeff lost a tooth. He was fucking destroyed by Cesaro on the outside post-match. Matt was kicked in half, just left bloodied by Sheamus in the ring. It looks like we could be getting the beginning stages of the Hardys becoming broken, or at least Matt anyway. But this was easily the best match of the night. This went 13 minutes. The Hardys retain, and Sheamus and Cesaro, after shaking the hands of the Hardys, they came back and said, you know what, fuck this shit, and beat the shit out of them post-match, turning heel in the process. Neville versus Austin Aries was a great match as well. I'm glad that these guys got some time to shine. It went 11 minutes. This match, again, very hard-hitting. Austin Aries is absolutely fucking phenomenal at what he does. Neville is unbelievable. Everybody's complaining about the ending of this match. It's too soon to take the title off Neville. Austin Aries may be the one. Austin Aries may be great, and he may be proving his worth to the WWE and just the physical fucking attributes that this guy possesses. He's fucking phenomenal. At 38 years old, the guy is fucking phenomenal. But you can't let that overshadow what Neville has done for not only 205 Live, but this division and himself as a performer. I don't think we have a better heel in 2017 than Neville right now. You got to give him credit, right? It's too soon to take the title off Neville. I was thinking that TJ Perkins. I was going to say PJ Black. I got fucking PJ Black on my mind for some reason. Lucha Underground. TJ Perkins. I thought we were going to see TJ Perkins here to help his new business partner here against Austin Aries. But WWE did something that we see every now and then, and I didn't mind this ending at all. A lot of people were like, oh my God, what a bullshit way to end this match. You know, you had the Muda Lock, or the Last Chancery, applied by Austin Aries here, and Neville was in the middle of the ring. He was desperately trying to reach the ropes. And he could not. And in typical heel-like fashion, he grabbed the referee and pulled the referee on top of both he and Austin Aries, breaking up the hold and getting himself disqualified because champion's advantage. The only way a champion can lose the match is by pinfall or submission. Neville knew that was the only way out that he had in front of him. He took advantage of that. He didn't give a shit that he lost the match, but he ultimately keeps the title. As a heel, that's fantastic. It gets more heel heat on the heel by doing a heel-like cowardly move, and it keeps the title on said heel, in turn frustrating the babyface to where they have one more match, and Austin Aries wins that belt based on a technicality or a stipulation at Extreme Rules. Simple. I didn't mind it on this night because I didn't want Neville, or I thought it would have been too soon to take the title off Neville. I like that. I really like that ending, and it keeps the title on Neville. This match was very hard-hitting. Austin Aries went for a 450, and Neville drop-kicked him off the top rope after Neville, seeing that Austin Aries was losing his balance on the top rope. He took a little bit too long to do the 450, so he drop-kicked him down, and that was the point in the match when Neville took over until Austin Aries began his comeback, but after that, Austin Aries again got the Muda Lock, the Last Chancery on him. Neville was going to tap. He had no way out but to get himself disqualified. He seen the referee, and that was it. Beautiful ending. Keeps the title on Neville. Gives us at least one more match in this feud where Austin Aries can finally get that big win over Neville and reclaim the Cruiserweight Championship. The United States Championship opened the show. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, the face of America now, as he's going by on SmackDown Live. Chris Jericho, he really hasn't done much as far as build goes for this match. All they did was talk about it. This match was made before the brand split, or the Superstar Shakeup, I should say. This match was made before the Superstar Shakeup. If Jericho wins the United States title, they said that he would go over to SmackDown Live and be a permanent member of that roster. If Kevin Owens wins, obviously Jericho stays on Raw. We seen this match at WrestleMania. I did not like the match at WrestleMania. Tonight, I like this match. It was everything that the WrestleMania match should have been. And in most case scenarios, that happens way too often with WWE. We have a match at WrestleMania that's got this build and it underachieves and it's fucking all hype and it's just boring. And then we get the rematch at the next show and it's a lot better than what should have been at WrestleMania. I don't understand. But that's WWE for you. This match was very aggressive. Both guys knew that they were opening the show. I even have it in my notes here. There was a lot of aggression here. There was a nice spot with Owens throwing Jericho into the timekeeper's area, doing his patented senton on the outside. The match was a lot quicker paced than it was at WrestleMania. A lot of what WrestleMania had was, was very slow, very methodical. They wanted to go for that epic feel. Tonight, they knew they were opening the show, and they brought the fire right out of the gates because they knew they wanted to set the bar for the rest of the show, and you could have seen that's what they were going for tonight. Much quicker pace compared to Mania. There was some same spots, some very similar spots to what we've seen at WrestleMania. For example, with the walls of Jericho on Owens, and Owens reaching for the rope and doing the one-finger deal on the rope. At that point, that happened, and then they gave us something new. Jericho was so upset that Owens had the finger on the rope after the walls of Jericho. He started to attack the hand. He went and targeted the hand of Kevin Owens. So he started stomping on his hand. He put his hands and lodged his hand in between the steel steps. He kicked the steel steps, further injuring Kevin Owens' hand. Owens tried to do a pop-up powerbomb to try and retain the title. He could not execute the pop-up powerbomb because now they targeted the hand and made the hand the focus point in this match. So he couldn't do the pop-up powerbomb because his hand was too hurt. He couldn't lift Chris Jericho up. Walls of Jericho again applied after that, soon after, and Kevin Owens taps. And he loses the United States Championship. Now, a lot of people think that Jericho is going to keep the United States Championship. I think this is going to be one of those deals, and I don't see why. This is where WWE does that fucking 50-50 booking. It didn't need to happen on this night, unless they really wanted Jericho on SmackDown. Jericho's on SmackDown now. I presume that Kevin Owens is going to win the title back because it would be foolish for WWE to have AJ Styles, challenge for the United States Championship and win a United States Championship opportunity, and Kevin Owens is not the guy. I am not interested in seeing Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles again. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a triple threat match either. I want to see Kevin Owens, one of the best in that company, go against AJ Styles, the best in that company, over the United States Championship. And I want to see them make the United States Championship more important than it is. So I fully expect a rematch, and I expect Kevin Owens to win his title back. When? I don't know, but it's obviously got to be before Backlash. But I don't see what the deal is with the 50-50 booking. Unless WWE really wanted Chris Jericho on SmackDown Live to give them another handy name or another guy on the bench that they could utilize and, bolster that brand. I don't know. I don't see why you would have Kevin Owens, come out and proclaim that he's done things with the United States Championship that everybody else has done, before him has not, including Jericho. And then you just take the title off of him. It's like the WWE knew Kevin Owens was the right guy to win this match, but they said fuck you to the fucking bookers or the bookies and the fucking fans who were like, oh, this is too predictable. It's like they did it just to fucking amuse themselves. Sometimes that's not the way to go, man. That's not the way you run a fucking company. You go with what makes sense. Kevin Owens is the one that makes sense. Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles is the match we want for Backlash. So now you took the title off Kevin Owens and you got to add another statistic on top. Now he's going to be a 2-time U.S. champion. Come on, bro. Totally unnecessary. Kevin Owens should have won. Chris Jericho wins the United States Championship in classic 50-50 booking by WWE. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe, we talked about it. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt, we talked about it. The only thing left to talk about here is Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in your main event. This was indeed the main event of the show. Roman Reigns is back. Superman has returned from Metropolis. He's trying to overcome Lex Luthor, a.k.a. Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns comes out heavily bandaged. I'm glad he came out heavily bandaged. That's something I thought WWE was completely going to overlook because, why the fuck not? It's Roman Reigns, right? Comes out heavily bandaged. He's got bandages underneath his vest, right? He might have a new tattoo on there. Who the fuck knows? He might have got, new tat work while he had a couple of weeks off after Braun Strowman gave him a 2-week vacation. But he did come out heavily taped, which was a nice sight to see. But coming out heavily taped doesn't mean anything. The guy was reported to have a separated shoulder and cracked ribs or bruised ribs, whatever the fuck the diagnosis was with Roman Reigns. Guy shouldn't be throwing fucking punches. Guy shouldn't be utilizing that part of his fucking body. Guy shouldn't be delivering fucking spears without writhing in pain. All this seemed to be an afterthought with Roman Reigns coming out heavily bandaged after the beatdown that Braun Strowman has given him in the last couple of weeks. Crowd was hot for this match. Let's go Roman. Roman sucks. The same bullshit, the same battle chants here. You deserve it, as Braun Strowman was kicking his fucking ass. Thank you, Strowman. But this is the guy that WWE wants. But I say this every time I see Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns battle, because that's what it ends up being. It ends up being a fucking battle. Two gladiators going at it. I like the way Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns work together. There's just something about it that is unlike anything we see up and down the Monday Night Raw roster. And that's me not praising Reigns. I don't like Roman Reigns. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. When Roman and Braun get into the ring together, something special. There's a special feeling there. And I want to say that Roman Reigns has a lifelong fucking, enemy here in Braun Strowman. If WWE plays their cards right, this could be our version of, I don't know, this could be our version of Bret and Stone Cold. Or Shawn Michaels and Psycho Sid, or just name a fucking, or Bret versus Diesel. Name a feud that was just, there back in the day that you really remember. Two guys just going at it. Two guys who have absolute fucking hatred for one another. I see that here in Braun Strowman and Reigns. And no, please don't misconstrue my wording. I'm not comparing Reigns and Strowman to Bret and Austin or Bret and Shawn. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you the overall feel of what it feels like when I'm watching this feud. Two guys who are, perfect opponents for one another. That's the feeling I get with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. They are each other's perfect opponent. And if WWE plays their cards right here, this could be something that we could see for many, many years to come, if they want to go down that road. Now, with Braun Strowman, I said that he needed to win this match. And that's exactly what he did. He won this match. But I want you guys to be aware. Braun Strowman beat, and they made mention of this. I gotta leave it to WWE to just throw that in there and fucking steal some of Braun Strowman's thunder away. Braun Strowman beat an already injured Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman beat a Roman Reigns that was at 50% or less in this match. And they want to make you aware of that. Braun got the win, yeah. But it was because of what he's done over the weeks leading up to this pay-per-view. He beat Roman, but he didn't beat a Roman at full strength. So the perceived notion that I get here is that, Roman lost because he wasn't at 100%, and nobody's going to beat Roman when he's 100% healthy, not even Braun Strowman. That's what I took away from that, and that you cannot do. That you cannot do. Now, with this match, The ending scene, Roman Reigns get pinned clean. Power slam. Roman Reigns kicked out of the power slam once. Then Braun Strowman got that triangle chokehold on him. He released that and he gave you another power slam, but this time a running power slam with more momentum. And that did the job. 1, 2, 3. The match that we seen tonight should have happened at Fastlane. The outcome of this match should have been what we got at Fastlane. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say, because it's really embarrassing what they're doing to Roman Reigns right now, and you look back at what happened at WrestleMania, that this is the man that retired The Undertaker. Again, keep this in mind. Roman Reigns is the one that retired The Undertaker. Roman Reigns has been on the receiving end of fucking stretchers being thrown off loading docks, ambulances being flipped over, fucking nothing but carnage coming his way. And this is the man that beat The Undertaker and retired The Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't understand why Braun Strowman, after everything he's done to Roman Reigns, wasn't the one booked to retire The Undertaker. It sure seems like it to me, the way they're booking Braun Strowman here, as if he should have been the one to retire The Undertaker. How are you going to do that to Roman Reigns and not be the one to retire The Undertaker? Roman Reigns, we got to look back as the one being the one to retire The Undertaker. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. If I'm The Undertaker, I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is the fucking guy that beat me? This is the guy that beat me? Why didn't Braun beat me? Braun looks more capable of retiring me than Roman Reigns does right now. So again, I don't understand that. But, keep in mind, Braun Strowman beat a 50% Roman Reigns tonight, or less. He won, but he didn't beat Roman at full strength. Now, Roman, I don't know what the fuck they did. I wouldn't have had him get any offense in this match. I would have had him be like John Cena against Brock Lesnar that time at SummerSlam, where Cena got no offense, and he was suplexed for fucking 10 minutes straight, and Lesnar just decimated him. That's what I would have did here. But WWE can't do that to their precious Roman Reigns. He was lifting Braun Strowman up in Samoan drops. He was delivering fucking earth-shattering spears. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You got your shoulder taped, and you got a separated shoulder, but you can pull off a fucking spear that levels a fucking 7-foot, 450-pound Goliath. Are you fucking for real? Again, the logic gaps in this pay-per-view were plenty. Absolutely plenty. But too little, too late here. Roman falls. The power slam ended it. 1, 2, 3. Braun Strowman beats Roman Reigns. That's pretty much the way it should have been. This is what we expected. WWE gave us something that legitimately made sense in the conclusion of this match. You know, they did what they had to do. They got Braun over. He pinned Roman clean, but they also let you know, without being fucking hesitant about it, they threw it right in your face that Roman was less than 50%. And you got to give Roman a ton of credit for coming back, being injured, and getting in there when he really didn't have to, despite all the severe injuries that Braun Strowman gave him. But this is the only thing that makes sense. If Braun Strowman is going to be the one to challenge Brock Lesnar, or going to be the next in line to challenge Brock Lesnar, you had to have him win this match. I don't know when that title match is going to be, but as far as Roman and Braun Strowman goes, I don't see this being over. I don't see this being over at all. They transition from the pay-per-view to Raw Talk, and they following Roman Reigns around. He's spitting up blood. He's refusing to get on the gurney. He doesn't want to get into the ambulance. They show him, after the pay-per-view's off the air, crawling to the ambulance himself, and Braun, down the hallway, yells, "I'm not done with you yet!" He runs like a freight train at Roman Reigns and spears the fucking ambulance door off its hinges. It goes flying into the fucking background. He goes flying into some fucking cardboard boxes, which I'm sure were used for Titus Catering during the day. Roman then gets up off his feet. Braun's trying to get back to Roman. Roman starts slamming the other ambulance door into Braun Strowman's arm. Braun Strowman fucking straggles away down the hallway, fucking screaming in pain. And Roman Reigns is shown there all bloodied and fucking whatnot. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. It looks like we might be getting the ambulance match at Extreme Rules, being that we seen the ambulance come into play after the match was over. You know? Before that, I forgot to mention, Braun Strowman took the steel steps and completely annihilated the ribcage of Roman Reigns, which caused the internal bleeding, it looked like. But that was what happened after the match. He took the steel steps and he slammed them on the steel steps, and then he took the steel steps legitimately and picked them up, hoisted them up over his head, and jammed them right into Roman Reigns' chest and stomach area. And then what happened with the ambulance was on Raw Talk after the pay-per-view went off the air. You know, they want to give Braun Strowman some momentum, but I don't know if we're going to get the Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar match first, or we're going to get this match at Extreme Rules. I'm hearing the Braun Lesnar match is going to happen somewhere between, the summer months and SummerSlam. But if they're going with another match with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns in what could be an ambulance match at Extreme Rules, because Extreme Rules is the next Raw pay-per-view, I do believe. You know, does that mean that Braun's going to beat Roman again and continue to look strong going into his match with Brock? Or are they going to give Roman his victory back? I don't know. I really don't know. So, I'm a little confused at this. Which is going to come first? The match with Brock and then a match with Roman? Or is it going to be another match with Roman and then Brock? Either way you look at it, Braun Strowman's got to win. Braun Strowman has to beat Roman if he even stands a chance in the eyes of people against Brock Lesnar. I don't get it. And even if you get Braun to Brock, I would actually have Braun beat Brock. I would have Braun beat Brock. I really would. Because I don't want to see them hold the Universal Championship hostage with Brock Lesnar all year leading into WrestleMania 34. I don't think WWE has it within them to do that. I don't know. It's certainly interesting to think about, and it's certainly, going to get people's brain cells working. And it's going to get people worried, too. Because if they do Braun and Roman first before we even get Braun and Lesnar, I would not put it past WWE to give Roman his victory back. So I'm worried about that. Either way, Braun wins. What we seen tonight should have been the outcome at Fastlane. Brock Lesnar is the Universal Champion. It looks like he's headed towards a match with Braun Strowman. It looks like they're building him up for that match with Lesnar. Braun Strowman should have been the one to retire The Undertaker after what we've been seeing going on here with Roman Reigns. It's just kind of pathetic to think that Roman is the one who retired The Undertaker. Look how fucking measly he looks. And look how pathetic he looks in this feud with Braun Strowman. But WWE, they do what doesn't make sense most of the time. And Payback was a pay-per-view that was decent. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view by any means. But the logic gaps in this show, holy shit. Fucking Christ, dude. Can you think before you put a script together? I mean, if I seen it, there's no way that these guys could not have seen it. I don't know. Payback was a thumbs-up show, and the only thing that bothered me was the logic gaps in between. Alexa Bliss, her star shines even brighter on tonight. After tonight, the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro showed you why tag team wrestling needs to be a staple on Monday Night Raw. Samoa Joe losing, I just don't understand it. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, still more questions to be answered. We don't know what the fuck is going on. The House of Horrors match, logic gap after logic gap, nothing but fucking cringe and embarrassment all up and down that House of Horrors. After starting off for the first 5 minutes, piquing my interest, they just fucking shit all over that like that. Neville and Aries had a great match, and Jericho Owens had a great match, but the wrong outcome in my opinion. 50-50 booking again rears its ugly head. But that's your Payback review. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments what you thought of Payback. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Off the Script will be coming live with part 3 tomorrow. Make sure you guys look out for that. Until then, I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Patreon.com/JD from NY206 if you guys want to support the show and the podcast monthly with Patreon. AudibleTrial.com/OffTheScript for your free audio book and 30 days free to try Audible service. AudibleTrial.com/OffTheScript and BarbershopWindow.com/OffTheScript for your t-shirts right here for the channel, man, and Off the Script. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow with more great news and rumors. Until then, I am JD. Have a good night, and let me know what you thought of Payback down below in the comments. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Off the Script.